Welcome to Sea Glass Summer. This is our summer junk journal kit. The color palette is aquas, greens, blues, the color of sand, all with a tropical, serene, beachy vibe. Hey there, this is Phantom Charm Studios. My name is Tammy. My husband Michael and I have an Etsy shop where we sell clip art and pattern papers, and we recently added junk journaling kits. This is the first flip through of one of our big kits. I want to show you all 57 pages, but first, say hi to Harley, my calico. As soon as I turn on the camera, the only place she wants to be is on my desk. Let's start with the half pages. There are 16 pages with 2 images each, so a total of 32 half papers. I'm going to flip through these pretty quickly. This journal kit has lots of beach scenes, perfect for the lazy days of summer. I also included florals like this plumeria. Here's a distressed background. It's a blank canvas that's perfect for adding pockets and ephemera. I don't always want to cover up the pretty pages, so I include these kinds of backgrounds. This page has a peachy hibiscus flower, and they repeat throughout the kit. Here's a serene balcony overlooking the ocean. I could just imagine spending an afternoon reading right in that spot. Here's another beach scene and the first journaling page. I always like to provide journaling pages, and there are more journaling spots and cards with the ephemera, but this is a half page with journaling lines and all of that writing space. I love these jellyfish underwater and the waves crashing on the beach. Here's another ocean scene with waves crashing and another simple background with a compass. A porch on a beach house overlooking the ocean and a watercolor background with all of the colors of sea glass. Here's another half page with journaling lines for writing space and more waves crashing to a rocky beach. This page has a seagull hanging out and another background with wood grain in all of the sea glass colors with some teals and blues along with the browns. More beach scenes. This one has a nice sunset. Here's another background canvas that would be great to add pockets or to have a flip out on. This one has a stained glass effect with darker, deeper sea glass colors, and another beach scene on the other half with a boardwalk out to the ocean. Here's a different wood grain. This one runs vertical and has a pretty teal in addition to the browns, and another rocky beach scene with waves coming ashore. And then I included several pages of ladies on the beach. These are meant to mix and match and pull out the ones that work for your project. These are summary images, so watching a sunset, catching some sun rays, walking on the boardwalk out to the beach, watching the tide roll in, soaking up the sun, taking a walk at sunset, sisters walking out to the water, and another boardwalk out to the ocean. And finally, here's a bonus page with journaling lines on both sides. You can print this one as many times as you want. Use them for pages, cut them apart, fold a page, and tuck it inside a pocket. But this provides even more writing space to include in the journal. And here are 3 pages of cover options. You can cut these and just use the ones that you want. I always print my covers on premium cardstock, but of course I ran out as I was printing. So this wood grain and hibiscus is on a regular copy paper. The other 2 are printed on cardstock. I meant to mention earlier that I print all of my half pages on regular copy paper and save the cardstock for covers and the ephemera. And once in a while, I'll print one of the pattern papers on cardstock if I need them to be more sturdy. For covers, I try to have a mix of scenes and backgrounds, but again, these don't have to go together. print only the ones that you want, cut them out, and mix and match. Some of the images are similar to prints from the half pages, and some of them are unique. I will have a project coming up soon using this kit. I'm going to make a journal and I'll have a follow up video to decorate the pages and do a final flip through. Here are the pattern papers. There are 7 basic designs, 7 beachy patterns, and several bonuses. Starting off with this repeating floral. I'm just going to flip through these quickly. Again, all of these papers have the same colors from the kit with the aqua, green, teals, blue, and then neutral sand. These basics are great backgrounds to make pockets and tags with. You can mat photos with these patterns. You can also print one of these on the backside of one of the ephemera pages if you wanted a pattern on the reverse. You could also print one pattern on one side of the cardstock and another on the back side if you wanted to have a double-sided paper. I'm also a scrapbooker, so I really appreciate being able to print my own double-sided papers. I also like to have both light and dark patterns. These basic patterns can go in other junk journals you're working on too, so whatever is left over can be added to other projects. And now we get to the beach patterns. This one has sea turtles swimming underwater. Here's some seagrasses in different shades of green flowing throughout the page. This is a watercolor wave pattern that would be a great background, especially if you wanted to cover up one of the other half page patterns or to make more pockets. Here's a stylistic sand dollar with a pearl in the center. I love the teal accents that bring in colors from the kit, so it's not just a creamy white. Here's another wood grain paper. I love adding in these papers that have visual texture. So all of the 5 previous patterns also come in landscape orientation as well. I know some people love to have the pattern both ways so that you can print the pattern whichever way works best for your project. These last 2 patterns are florals, and I think they both look fine either in portrait or landscape. This one is more of the peach hibiscus, and here's more of the white plumeria. I also like to include additional lined paper and a grid paper. Again, these could be printed on the back of the ephemera papers to give you lines or a grid on the back of a tag and just give you more writing space. The lined paper also comes in the landscape format. And that brings us to all of the ephemera. There are 15 pages here full of pockets and tags and words and definitions to decorate the journal. I like to use this corner pocket to add the folio that coordinates with this kit to my journal. The folio will be available soon. It will be an additional purchase, but there's also going to be a bundle option to purchase both of them together. I'll put this pocket on one of the backgrounds and then tuck the folio into that pocket. Here are a couple of shallow pockets, smaller corner pockets, and a belly band. There's also 2 labels and 2 words that say favorites and currently that will fit on these labels. On this page, there's another journaling card with lines, more angled pockets, tags, and a larger card. And wherever there's extra space, I do try to include more words or definitions. On this page, there's a larger journaling card, another angled pocket, more tags, and another belly band that can span the angled pocket. I also included some shapes that can tuck into the pockets and a circle that could layer on top of the belly band, along with another word to tuck in. Here, I repeated the same shapes, but I turned the angled pockets in the other direction to give you options. And then you can mix and match to work best with your journal. More tags. another larger card image, another journaling card. On this sheet, another big angled pocket going in the opposite direction. The same larger journaling card, and then there's some side page tabs as well. This page includes some postcards and luggage tags for Sea Glass Beach. There are blank ones at the top, and then I embellished two postcards and two luggage tags with different images from the collection. There are also some fussy cuts here, a palm tree, a sea turtle, a seagull, and two sand dollars. On this page, the element at the top is a connected card that you can wrap around a page and use as a pocket or a flip card or both, which is what I will do from my journal. Another shallow pocket here, and then this card will fit inside that pocket. And here's another page tab and a large card. And here's a second connected card with different images. You can cut these apart if you want. Some additional tags here, and then another smaller corner pocket to tuck in cards, and an oval shape with a seashell. This page has some smaller cards, and some of them have layered detailing. And if I haven't mentioned this yet, I do print all of my ephemera pages on premium cardstock from Pen and Gear. I get it at Walmart and I get great results with it. Along the bottom are some tickets that you can use as one piece or you can cut them apart. Here's another page of tags with the ladies catching some sun at the beach and more words along the bottom, including all of the summer months. This page has two shaped belly bands in the florals and more fussy cut images. I also included some fussy cut words that go with the beachy theme. There's more definitions here and some stained glass fussy cut circle elements, more word labels, and a tag with some seashells. On this page, there are some larger circle tags, another shaped belly band, and more words at the bottom of the page. This page has more fussy cuts, more shapes with images from the kit, some labels, and some circle tags. There's a camera and a book stack and other beachy themed items. On this last page, I like to create blanks. Here's most of the different shapes from the ephemera pieces, and you can print these out and decorate them however you want. You can print multiples if you want. And that is everything you will find in the Sea Glass Summer Junk Journal Kit. In the next video, I'm excited to create a no-sew journal with this kit. It will be an easy, beginner-friendly album with all of these printables. There's also a folio coming that will coordinate with this kit, and I'll also have a project video to go with the folio to put it together. As always, check the links in the description box to our Etsy shop if you're interested in this kit. There's also a coupon code available to our YouTube viewers for 35% off if you purchase two or more items. And please check us out on Ko-fi. That's where we'll be offering all of our freebies. There are several up already, and I'll be adding one soon for Sea Glass Summer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.